Right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Love Island Cast. I am one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very good friend is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hey there, Chris. It is great to be back, and I tell you what else is back. It's Casa Amor, isn't it? So, what do you make to tonight?
Well, Dave, pretty much all the lads are a bunch of shitheads, aren't they, really, Dave? Because to want an abandonment of the relationships that they've supposedly grown over the last 3 weeks. And Mystic Chris, now my track record of predictions across all our podcasts, Dave, is absolutely woeful. But I think the Callum one may be right on the money. The only thing I think he's worried about Callum by jumping ship from Shauna is the fact that he thinks she's probably going to rip his dick off when he goes back in there, Dave. But nah, I think he's definitely going to be going off with someone else.
You did nail that one, didn't you? And so, I mean, the boys, they were obviously delighted. You know, they were celebrating like they fucking scored a goal in the FA Cup final, you know, when they gave their lads holiday. So, you know, they were sort of sneaking out. And I mean, the girls were a bit upset, weren't they? And I guess I'll comment on Callum because I do think you've nailed that one. I thought he might be a bit stronger than that, but I think I'm wrong on that one. But Shauna's reaction was a bit interesting, I think. And I guess if I kind of retrospectively look at their relationship, you know, she does call the shots. She is, I'm trying to avoid saying controlling, but I mean, that's what it is. She, you know, when Callum was, he had some interest from Rebecca. She didn't quite force him at gunpoint, but, you know, she did force him to send that text message. You know, he could have said no, but he was trying to keep the peace, trying to keep that quiet life. So, you know, he's being controlled by Shauna. It's only got a limited lifetime, that, hasn't it? So you can just sort of keep your head down, get on with it, and, you know, just enjoy the good times. But I think it does sort of make sense that, you know, he has got a wandering eye now. But, you know, Shauna, she was sort of half joking, wasn't she? She came back and she was like, oh, no, I didn't even have time to threaten him, you know? Which, you know, wasn't really a joke. And then she was getting all upset about it. So, yeah, I think that couple's pretty much gone now.
Yeah, and I think...
Sorry, or it will be. It's just a matter of time before Callum pursues Molly, I think.
Yeah, a couple of things, Dave. I think poor Shauna, I think she's been hurt in the past. And I think the way she reacts in this sort of bullish, you know, in charge situation, very much to the situation you paralleled with myself and my wife, Dave, funny enough, yesterday, I think that's what it comes to. I think her way of dealing with things is to be brash and bullshit. I think she's been really hurt in the past. However, it didn't take much for Callum, Dave. And I tell you now, I think he's a bit of a coward. I don't think he wants to be with Shauna at all. But he hasn't got any choice. The stakes are, if he hurts her and she's becoming a bit of a fan favourite, he's fucked, Dave. And I think that's what he's worried about. But again, sharing the bed with, is it Molly, this new girl from Manchester?
Yeah.
Now, Dave, let's talk about something. I'm Mancunian. I live 3 miles away from Manchester United. I'm born and bred in Old Trafford, Stretford area, Manchester. You can't get any more Mancunian than that. Probably, as I've been told numerous times by some of our listeners. Thank you, everyone. But I don't know what it is, Dave, but when I hear a Mancunian accent, and I mentioned this before about Callum, Molly, it goes fucking through me. I don't know why, Dave. I don't know what it is, but Callum's Mancunian accent went from about a 40% to a full-on 100% when the new girls came. It was like, yeah, you all right? I was like, oh, fucking hell. It was proper terrible. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Now you know how I feel.
I definitely walked into that one, Dave.
I was like, is he really teeing me up for this one? I tell you what, I think he did step up a notch. When he found out Molly was from Manchester, oh, that's it. Oh yeah, I'm from Manchester. He was definitely laying on thick, and I've been to the White Room. I think I've been to the White Room. You must have been to the White Room as well.
Yeah, I must. I did see
Yeah,
Sterling say something about, I went to Tesco's in Prestwich. And I was thinking,
yeah.
that's the conversation you've had.
So yeah, no, I mean sharing the bed. I mean, they don't have to, do they? They could go out on the day beds or whatever. So straight away, and the information tomorrow is going to start feeding back, isn't it? So there's going to be a few things. Shauna's going to get tipped off, I think.
Yeah, I do. And what I thought was funny, though, was not that, Dave. Anyway, choking
You
myself.
swallow a fly.
Something like
Was that Shauna reaching through the internet?
ripping the fucking throat out. Yeah, sorry about that. It was when Molly and I think it's Natalia, who I actually think out of all the new girls is the prettiest, Dave, the brown hair girl. I think she's really pretty. And they're all raving over Molly. And I'm like, yes, she's a good looking girl, but I'm more of a brunette guy myself, Dave. So it's very, very interesting. They come over, they're chatting away. And she's going, well, I'm interested in Callum, Finlay, and Luke M. And then Callum's looking as to say, shit, what am I going to do? He said, but I'm not going to pursue you because you seem quite happy. And all of a sudden, that fucking look as if to say, oh, shit, I need to say no, I'm not, but I can't.
I'm not really.
Yeah, everyone's going to hate me. And he's like doing this fucking wink, wink, nudge, nudge thing just to say, but am I happy? I'm really happy. It's like, fuck off. So transparent, David. I think the one thing I got out of this, talking about Callum, was the fact that fucking Mike, of all people, turned around and said, we're seeing the real Callum now. Like, hello? Fuck off. He's not in any position to say anything.
Well, I do think Callum, I mean, he's the villain of tonight, isn't he? But Mike, again, he steps up and he does give me a laugh because honestly, Chris, I was wetting myself when Mike was sat there and he was looking at Callum. He was moving the pieces off the chessboard. He's looking at Callum. He's saying, well, you're in trouble here, or you're kind of coupled up, and saying to Finlay, you're coupled up. And then he was saying, but for the rest of us, it's open season. I was like, what? After what you said yesterday, it's open season and you're including yourself in that lot. Oh, come on. Because again, I've got it wrong, Chris, because you said it would not take him long. And I said, no, I think he's too smart for that because he's playing the game and he knows that, he needs to be coupled up and, stay on the side of the public. Nope. Fuck that. He's like a dog with two dicks. Just gonna fucking shag anything that he can get near.
It's true, because I was thinking, well, what was the point of the Luke M thing and the way he went at it? He was slating Luke M with Jess. And that makes it worse, Dave. Exactly what you've just said. All I kept thinking about when he said them lines about his opposition was just him going, I'd leave the villa with you if you got voted off. Fuck off. We were so right what we said. I will be amazed if Mike doesn't try it on with one of the girls, Dave. I'm fucking amazed. And I know he gets a lot of hate, but he also gets a lot of support because for me, he's the comedy of this series now. The last couple of days, he's just coming to his own because even though I know it's wrong what he's doing, it's ridiculous, and I've slated him and everything, I can't help but just keep saying it all the time, but the balls this guy has got, he doesn't give a fuck. And it's like, it's not right. He's going to hurt somebody, I know, but it's the fact that he just doesn't care. And when you're watching it on TV, you're like cringing, but you're like, he honestly doesn't give a shit what anybody thinks. He's changing his opinion like the fucking weather.
Well, I'll tell you who's come out of that situation quite well. It's like Luke M. He's got a free pass at anyone now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And he can also go back into the villa and he can also say, oh, I like him, do you, Jess? Well, fucking whatever Jess does, he can call out Mike, can't he, now? So, in that whole game of chess, I think he's in a fairly strong position there. I think Molly was interested in him, but I think Callum's going to step it up, I can see them two being together. But, I mean, what do you make to that game? The old transferring of liquids and everyone snowballing each other.
Yeah, Dave, it wasn't nice. Nobody. It wasn't nice at all. And I think Rebecca didn't get the fucking memo because she was fucking levered at the end of that because she was just drinking it and spitting a little bit of saliva out at the end. No wonder they fucking lost. It was proper minging.
Paige nailed it though, didn't she? So, hello, I'm Paige. Can you spit in my mouth, please?
Yeah, you know what? Everyone was retweeting that. It was like a gif, wasn't it? That it was really, really good what she did there because she did that proper bit like Shanice does, where she has a really animated face. I thought it was quite funny. But Dave, there's one thing I do want to talk about. Now I know Mike calls himself Big Mike. He is not Big Mike, Dave. Fucking Jed is an absolute unit. That lad is fucking massive. Me was sat there and she went, how big is he? He's about 6'8". And don't worry, people, I won't be referencing the OV cricket about this series. But I tell you now, he's a fucking monster. He's an absolute beast in it. He look like the Incredible Hulk's fucking body double, Dave.
I just wonder at what point is he going to turn back into Bruce Banner? I mean, he's fucking
God.
massive, isn't he? We saw the pictures of him, and you could tell he's got that big bodybuilder frame. But when they're all walking up and he's just towering over everyone, I was just like, what the fuck? But I mean, one of my predictions, I think, was that Jess would go after Ched. I think I'm feeling pretty safe. I know we didn't see anything tonight, but I'm feeling pretty safe about that one, to be honest.
Yeah, she did say, I think it was, she said Ched, Bigsy, and is it Jordan as well? She picked the three she liked, and Rebecca has said she likes Jordan. He's the lad from London, the administrator.
Yeah,
it's not a bit of a. But I tell you now, there were some classic pictures online though with Mike and stuff, and there's a picture of The Rock and Kevin Hart going, big Mike meets Ched. It's fucking classic.
It's like the fucking Crankies, isn't it? He's just going to pat him on the head.
Oh,
I mean, I'd be amazed if Ched and Jess didn't end up together.
Yeah, he seems like a good lad. And I think we didn't see a lot, but the little preview we see is that guy has put it on. The one who's got, I don't know what his name is, he's got a slick back haircut, proper finger, and he says to Demi, what does he say? So like, I think you're something ridiculously cheesy. But you can see it going for it and thinking, it might be a better thing. And even Naz is sort of talking as if he's going to try and dip his toe outside of his relationship. And you're thinking that wouldn't be wise.
The only couple that I think at this point I'd be surprised if they were swayed is Finlay and Paige.
Yeah.
And Finlay, again, he gets called out for being 20, but the lad for me has been quite mature about everything. He was obviously, with the rest of the lads, 100% of the lads were all like, we're going off on a lad's holiday. It's fucking Casa Amor. There's going to be loads of fit women thrown at us. But when it came to it, he's a bit more guarded. So I think, I still put it down as probably 50-50, but that's as good as it's going to get. I think Naz and Demi, I think the public like Naz, they like Demi by association, but I don't think they've been together that long, and I think they've just connected a little bit more than everyone else, and so I think that one is, I'll give you 30-70 that one's going to go, or that they'll stick together.
The one thing I want, and I agree with that. The one thing I want to call out on this episode, right, and to be fair, it was my lovely wife who pointed this out. Do you buy any of that bullshit that the lads upsticked, packed all the bags while the girls were sat there eating the fucking porridge and the fucking egg on toast, and they just disappeared? They even had enough time to pack, do a bit of a dance, go in the dining room, and then do some proper professional shots in the back of the fucking Jeep, Dave.
Get some press-ups in.
Yeah, get some press-ups in. No a fucking chance. Now, if they'd ferried the girls off out on like a date and said, like, you're going shopping, you're going to go, go around the town, or like they have done in the past to get rid of them, and then when they come back in, they're like, where the fuck have the lads gone? Where the girls gone? Fair enough. But the fact that this was done as if they were having breakfast together, it was bullshit. And Naz's phone went off, and Zan went, why has he not shouted text? Everyone else has shouted text. We get the noise. Obviously, that noise is added in afterwards, but we get the noise. And it's like, shh, shh, and it's like, that is bullshit. Everyone else just jumps up, don't they, straight away? Or if you're over, you go message, but everyone else was text. So
Yeah.
I didn't buy it. It was good TV, but I didn't buy it. When they're going, where are the boys gone? I was like, oh, fuck
And
off.
it's, if you think about it as well, even like the diary room, it's not going to be massively soundproofed, is it? And they were
No.
making a good old racket there. So yeah, that didn't really ring true. I think last year they did ship them off somewhere, didn't they? And then they
Yeah.
just came back and the boys weren't there.
Yeah. It's strange, isn't it? It's strange. I mean, look, it tells a story. It tells the exact story that we need for Casa Amor, and that's how it is. But I wasn't buying it at all. I really wasn't. I mean, Sam's become quite skeptical on this series. She's like, you can just see when it's totally premeditated now and that. And I'm like, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
Yeah,
Because I'm all in on this nonsense relationships. You can't oversell me. I'll definitely call stuff out as I just have, and we both do. But I still watch it, Dave, every night.
Do you think, I'm saying about the couples that'll stay together, I think Luke T, if he gets the opportunity, will absolutely go with someone else. But I don't think anyone's interested. He called it out himself, didn't he?
Yeah.
And, Shawnice is like, well, I'm not going to, and, I'll be all high and mighty, knowing that I didn't. So I actually think they could, by default, end up staying together. I mean, Shanice will get a chance and probably turn it down, is my prediction. Luke T won't get the chance, but it's a bit like Jordan last year, isn't it? So Jordan was with Jordan, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Slept in the same bed that first night, but then no one was interested in him. So by default, when he went in, he's like, oh, look, I was all faithful and everything. So I think that is another couple that might actually make it through Casa Amor.
It's hotting up nicely for tomorrow, and I can't wait because it's just going to be a shit show of cringiness, of people not wanting to reveal the hand. And then hopefully, if somebody does split up with somebody, whether it's one of the girls, one of the lads, we get a bit of drama, Dave. I'll be honest with you. You just want something. I don't want someone getting hurt, but I won't mind a bit of drama. I really wouldn't. And if Callum's got anything about him, he should be doing an about turn because he's going to get done over big time if he hurts Shauna.
Absolutely. But I think we're going to see some of that behavior, aren't we? They'll probably get some postcards or papers, of what's going on in the other villa and stuff like that. And then people reacting to that. So honestly, Chris, I think we're getting to peak Love Island season 6 at the minute.
Yeah, we are, Dave. And just to sort of segue into that, we have had another email. Now, this hasn't been written by me, Dave, but the tone of the writing and the way the use of grammar is very similar to myself, Dave. And very honest, it's from Ian Gade, and it simply says, Casa Amor. Great work on the pod. Casa Amor is about to start, and if I were Callum, I'd lock myself in a cupboard for the duration because if he so much as looked at someone, then Shauna is going to rip his cock off. She's going to spend the next...
I'm sure you said that actually earlier.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry about that, Ian. I'm not stealing your thunder. She's going to spend the next few days boring everyone with how she's worried he's going to be on the pull. Bore right off. I was set a twist at the end of Casa Amor in that the even duller twin that got the boot has to replace her sister when they head back to the villa. And if she can fool... Well, now, this is his words. If she can fool molesty Mike, then she's her sister for the rest of the series. The twins win 50k. Anyway, keep up the good work, you Northern Monkeys from a Northern Monkey.
Absolutely brilliant, that.
Very good, very good. Now, that'll be a great twist if you got, it's Jess and Evie, is it? Or Eva?
Eve, I think. Yeah, they sort of did that in the Australian one, didn't they? With the first date.
Yeah,
they mixed up the twins, didn't they?
Yeah, they did when they went with was it Cassie? They went. It was Luke and I can't his bloody name, but they were together.
Josh.
Weren't they? Josh, Luke, and Josh, and they swapped shirts, didn't they? And then went on the date. She didn't even notice. Yeah, that'd be quite an interesting one. Knowing Mike, he probably wouldn't notice the difference anyway. But before we get into our sort of social media channels, we have got a promo today, haven't we?
We certainly have. So one of our other podcasts that we're starting to promote a little bit more now is one where me and Chris go back to the golden era of home video and we look at all these old great movies from the kind of 70s, 80s, 90s and a little bit of the noughties as well. So do you want to go ahead and play this trailer, Chris?
Let's do it.
In a world of video stores and late fees, when movies ain't what they used to be, one podcast will change the world. They will embark on a journey to look at the good and bad movies from the golden era of home video. And things are about to get nostalgic. The VHS will rise and screaming will fall.
Whoa. Dave, this has got to be the worst promo I have ever heard.
No, it isn't.
If you're going down the route of the video trailer, man, Dave, I want a training montage.
Coming soon on a podcast near you. And if you listen to one podcast this week, then you're probably listening to Joe Rogan. But if you've exhausted all other podcasts, then the VHS Strikes Back is one to try. So that one is the VHS Strikes Back. If you want to get over there, hit subscribe, have a listen to that if that's your bag, and then that would be lovely.
Good stuff. And if you do want to contact us on the show, guys, at Love Island Cast on Twitter, as always. And if you do want to email in, the loveislandcast@gmail.com. And thank you so much again, guys. This last 2 weeks or so, 2-3 weeks, the reviews that you've sent in has been fantastic. If you can keep them coming in, myself and Dave not only like reading them out, we also like the fact that we are catching that official Love Island podcast. And we are now number 2 in the worldwide charts for Love Island. So if you can, guys, get promoting, get your friends listening, because we really, really enjoy what we're doing, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So, Dave, great episode, and Casa Amor is bringing all sorts of fun, and I can't wait, my friends. So, I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye now.